I'm Dawn Hudson. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for the NFL, and I'm delighted to be here with the Advertising Research Foundation.
Hi, I'm Mark Rappin, Chief Marketing Officer for the Advertising Research Foundation. Let's start with, how do creative awards really matter?
For me personally, the awards don't matter, but I think for the industry, a recognition of great creative that captures people's imagination, and then that, in my opinion, that also ties to results.
Right.
It is an important part of driving toward excellence for the industry, which then affects marketing. And one of the challenges, I think, in the current way the industry is unfolding is people really are focused on delivery. And how do I get the message to people, and how do I track from a technology standpoint what they're doing and how long they're spending with me? And yet, the effectiveness of how long they spend with you and what they're thinking about you really has to do with the power of the message, whether it's a 6-second piece of content or it's a 30-second television commercial. And so I think making sure that we keep an eye toward, it's not creativity for creativity's sake, but it's creativity to capture that bond with a fan, or a potential fan in my case, is really important. So I think that part of it is good.
Yeah. Hard for me to believe that the NFL Network is 15 years old now. It seems like it still seems
new.
new.
Right. And we still think of ourselves as just born.
Right. But how has the network itself helped the league and helped the sport?
We look at our fan base in lots of different ways, age, life stage, but also degree of affinity. There are some people that are casual fans and like to kind of check in with us, and there are others that are diehard avid fans. And I think particularly for the avid fan, they always want to know more. They want to try to have something that their friend doesn't know. And then interestingly, when you marry that with content like A Football Life and some other things that tell stories about how people came to be in the league or what they're doing off of the football field, then that kind of pulls some of our casual fans in. So for me, it's like this engine that's helping me develop connections with fans.
Where do you get your fan viewer insights? How is big data sort of changing the way that you're marketing today?
Like everybody, big data is really important. I think there's still challenges to the overwhelming amount of data and how to process it and how to get insights across it.
The ARF's largest community is women in analytics. You know, since your Frito-Lay days, how are you looking at female marketing?
Well, what we're looking at is our totality of our fan base, and we're really lucky in that in the United States alone we have 187 million fans, and there's 140 million outside the U.S., so we have a lot of fans. It would be a true horror if we tried to have the same message to all those fans. So we have to segment them and have to understand what the relationship is of watching a football game or attending a football game between somebody who's 20 or somebody who's 35 or 40. And many of the commonalities that bind people are more, frankly, around life stage and the degree of engagement they have with the sport versus whether they're male or female. Women have been faster growing than men in our fan base. Many women place a large importance on things that bring their family together, bring their friends together, and football is a very unifying thing.
Right. What advice and counsel would you have for sort of women moving their way up through the marketing world?
First of all, one, women are now, I think, a majority of the marketing world, so don't think about men versus women. Think about becoming the best marketer you can be. Second thing I'd say is it's very hard to predict the speed with which change is coming. And all we know is it's accelerating, so you can't have a straight line career path, and I certainly haven't.
No.
I think you have to look at, what do you do well? Where are you today in your career? What opportunities present themselves, and evaluate them as they come. And in some cases, if you see some trend happening and you think you'd be good at that, reach out and explore it before it comes to you.
In sort of the near term, what do you think the advancements are in marketing and research that are going to be the challenges or the things that move our industry forward?
Well, first of all, I think AI is going to have a significant impact because I think it's really going to help us draw conclusions and insights and opportunity out of masses of seemingly disparate data that, when brought together, create some really great insights. And I think those that figure out the application of it sooner will have a leg up on those that are followers. I would predict that there will be a time where there'll be a resurgence of the basics. That for all the craziness, and all content is not created equal. The more content they get, the more discerning they are about that content. And I think it'll come back to, how do I make more of the better content that really connects with, and it will be quality over quantity.
It's wonderful having you talk to us. Thanks very much.
Obviously we believe in the power of research.
Yes.
Thanks, pleasure.
Thank you.